It's official, we have our Celebrity Big Brother Season 3 winner after what I can confidently say was one of the most awkward finales of Big Brother history. And I loved every second of it. I mean, that jury was bringing the heat. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's recap the Celebrity Big Brother Season 3 finale. I'm Anna Rumer, and this is Pop Culture Social Call. We're down to Todrick Hall, Miesha Tate, and Cynthia Bailey at the start of Wednesday's finale, and I think we all knew what was going to happen here in the final HOH. I mean, even Cynthia. This was another Big Brother memory test, and the celebs were given video shoutouts from their former roomies and asked to basically play two truths and a lie with what they said. If we didn't already know 𝐏𝐿𝐻 was bringing the heat in the jury, even her video shoutout was salty, as she made it clear she was not happy to see the final three, even in this capacity. Justice for 𝐏𝐿𝐻, moving on. Miesha obviously wins this one, and you would think Todrick would have prepped a little better for the memory challenge as a superfan. Now it's up to Miesha to pick who's going with her to the end, and it's a pretty easy choice both ways. If she doesn't know how much her fellow house guests hate Todrick, he's still been a major ally this whole time. If she does, that's free votes. Not that she hasn't been an absolute beast throughout this entire game, honestly. That makes Cynthia our final jury member of the season, and she tells 𝐒𝐿𝐻 that she really respected Miesha for playing such a straightforward, honest game, and really appreciated Todrick for taking her under his arm after Carson left. Oh, Synth, watching this season back is going to be a whole new experience for you. Now let's bring in the other jury members, because they're the stars of this finale, truly. Right off the bat, Carson Kressley apologized to 𝐿𝐻 publicly for betraying her after being lied to by Todcake. Oh, that's going to be one of the last times I can say that. That's a bummer. 𝐿𝐻 admits she was really hurt by the betrayal, but she also knows it's a game. She feels much better. Justice for 𝐿𝐻, the sequel. The look on everyone's face when Cynthia comes out as the final jury member is so funny. They're so sad. They truly didn't want Miesha and Todrick there at the end, and they made no effort to hide it. I mean, it only gets more obvious as the episode goes on. In their final two speeches, Miesha said she tried to play with integrity, and while she wasn't perfect, she wanted to win comps and inspire her daughter to know that girls can do anything they set their minds to. Now, did Miesha play a pretty straightforward, aggressive game in the house? Absolutely. I know some people don't like that. I can appreciate that. It is unfortunate that she tied so much of her identity in the house, though, to Todrick because people really don't like him. And I would feel bad for her, but she decided to do that, and she's an adult, so there you go. Anyways, Todrick says he came in with a lay low game plan, but he ended up getting blood on his hands like every week. He shouted out BB23's Cookout Alliance as being his inspiration, but said he wanted to win because he loves this game, not because he's a black gay man. He talked about playing a 24-hour game, and I think this speech would have been 24 hours if 𝐒𝐿𝐻 hadn't given him the old wrap it up. And now let's take a moment to appreciate the Todd Bridges eye roll that took over the internet. It's time for the jury votes, and oh my gosh, this was more like a roast than Big Brother. Teddy Mellencamp said that for someone so obsessed with The Wizard of Oz, Todrick forgot they could see behind the curtain, which she also tweeted earlier, so I guess she was really feeling that joke. Mariah Nagasu kept to the gameplay and said she had an appreciation for beastly competitors, but Chris Kirkpatrick made it very clear he was not voting for Todrick, saying he was voting on behalf of his son, who would have him do it no other way. Remember Todrick told him his son would be ashamed of him for, playing the game? Chris does. I'm just gonna quote 𝐿𝐻 because, the one thing that this vote ensures is that I never have to hear your voice ever again. Justice for 𝐿𝐻, the trilogy. Carson kept it pretty classy, saying he was voting for someone who worked it just a little harder. Then Lamar Odom came in with this cryptic clue. He said he got a tattoo that morning and was voting for the person who most resembled that mentality. People were theorizing he meant like Mamba mentality, like he got a Kobe tattoo, but he didn't show us, so it could be like a Care Bear. I have no idea. Todd Bridges just goes out and says it. He says, I've been watching the live feeds and you don't have to talk badly about people who've left just because you want to win. And Cynthia looks deeply uncomfortable as she casts her vote because she has no idea what's going on. In the end, Cynthia ended up being the only one who voted for Todrick. Miesha walks away with this win and the $250,000 in her sleep. Those confetti guns were just about the only celebration though. Miesha and Todrick walk out onto a very subdued stage. 𝐒𝐿𝐻 had to be like, get up. Well, the consolation prize for all of his bad blood is $50K for Todrick, and when it comes to America's favorite house guest, Carson walks away with $25K, which he's donating a significant portion of to the charity True Colors United, which helps LGBTQ youth experiencing homelessness. I honestly thought it was going to be 𝐿𝐻, Justice for 𝐿𝐻, Return of the 𝐿𝐻, but I love Carson. He was pretty much the narrator of the season, plus that's such a good cause. I mean, I'm not going to argue with that. And so ends another season of Celebrity Big Brother. If any cast has post-season Twitter beef, it's gonna be this one, so like and subscribe, we'll get into all of that if it happens. Then head over to PopCulture.com for all of the latest entertainment news. I'm Anna Rumer, and this is Pop Culture Social Call.